All right, guy. So I have Chris here. Chris, what's your name again?
My name is Christopher Jankunas.
Chris, you're an Australian, right?
I sure am, yes.
You talked about, you said you had a Greek kind of thing. Can you discuss it?
Yes, I'm a first generation migrant. My mother was born overseas in Greece, and
Uh-huh.
all of four of my grandparents were born overseas, three of them also being in Greece.
How many states have you been in Australia?
How many what, sorry?
How many states? You're not smiling, bro.
Been to many states in Australia.
How many states in Australia?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. I've
okay.
been to all states in Australia except for Northern Territory and Tasmania. They're the only two that I have not been.
Which of the states do you like the most?
Oh, that's a tough one. If you want a quiet
Yeah.
lifestyle, I would say South Australia is very good for that.
Oh.
If you like a lifestyle that's very much sort of beach orientated or the climate is a little bit
Yeah.
humid, definitely Queensland.
Queensland.
Western Australia is humongous.
Mm.
You can basically get a bit of everything there because that goes all the way from the north to the south. And that also has some very beautiful areas as well. Sydney in New South Wales, that has a lot of beautiful areas in the outback as well.
Sydney,
But
yeah.
Sydney is very, very the fast lane.
The question is, which one do you like the most? Because you said good things about both.
Everything has their good and bad,
It's
but
relative, right? It's very hard for you.
it definitely is. It just depends on what you want in life and what you want to get out of it, what you
Right.
get out in your life.
Chris, what do you think about when it comes to lifestyle, the social lifestyle as it has to do with economy here? What's it like for somebody who is from overseas planning to come to Australia? So what are you gonna say to the person? What's it like?
I would say pre-COVID, things were a lot more easier. Things
Okay.
are still relatively easy as opposed to other parts of the Western world.
Yeah,
Australia
yeah.
is quite easy. If you look at a lot of statistics in that, I would have to say that Western Australia and actually Tasmania,
Tasmania.
no, sorry, Western Australia and Northern Territory, sorry,
Okay.
are actually the cheapest places to
To
live in
live
at the moment.
at the moment. Wow.
Adelaide, South Australia, used to be the
The
cheapest by
cheapest.
far, but no longer. But we're still in the middle of the pack. But in general, if we're looking at Australia in general, Australia is doing pretty good still overall, I
Yeah.
would say.
Let's say you're talking to a humongous African community. They normally believe that you are snakes. Probably will wake up to snakes, will wake up to scorpions, will wake up to gorillas, all of them here because of the things they see online. And I often I often tell them I've been here for some time and I haven't seen any snake like any day. So what are you gonna say? Like people saying we're living in a snake in the house and all that.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly, basically. I have seen some parts of wildlife in Australia. Very rarely have I seen a kangaroo jumping around, but I have actually seen it on my street. But I live in the suburbs. You do not see a koala or a kangaroo in the middle of the city, though. It's not like
It's all those things in the bush, like bush areas like forests and all of that.
if you live closer to the hills, where there might be some vegetation, then you might be able to come across that type of stuff. But there isn't snakes and huge spiders just everywhere rampant. It's nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Absolutely
So
not.
what do you think about the culture? Sometimes people are scared of people of color living here and all of that. What can you say so far? And even
It,
meeting some of them, we're good friends. So
it has changed in the last 20 years, absolutely, and changed for the better. People a long, long time ago, when I was a young kid, Australians hadn't really been exposed to many different races. Cultures, yes, but not many different races. It was mainly cultures from the European continent before. But now different races, and which bring in different cultures
Yes.
from different parts of the world. We have been a lot more exposed on many of them.
Multicultural.
Just like yourself, like Nigerian, and there's the many other places in Africa as well. We've been exposed to, and it's all been really, really fun to get to know different people. And if you talk to anyone, even someone like me, who's a person who's Caucasian, got white skin, find out that not far back long ago, most people in Australia come from somewhere.
Yes.
It wasn't that long ago.
Yes.
There's only a certain percentage of people that actually come from the old settlers, and they don't really know 5 generations or 6 generations back.
Epic, man. Epic. So, guys, what are you gonna say to like the professionals from Africa who really want to come here? Because Africans, there are lots of doctors, there are lots of medical scientists, and Australia are looking for those kind of persons. And they're gonna just see what are you gonna say to them, because some of them are scared. Oh, if I come here, I'm gonna leave my job I'm doing in Africa.
Oh,
and all
wow.
that. What are you gonna tell them? What's it like here?
Australia loves skilled migrants. And if you want a visa application, that is one of the big things that Australia looks for, is skilled migrants. Definitely do not discount Australia as being either too far or too scary to live in. Australia is an awesome place to live in. Once you come here to visit, you probably won't want to go back. Honestly, everything is very orderly here. You feel very safe here. People are generally quite nice here. And
you travel to Bali? Is it Bali? Bali.
That's
Bali. What's the experience like? We're gonna end there.
Oh, over there, nice people, but it's not orderly. Not orderly like it is here. Definitely not.
I know I added that. So guys, this is Chris. Thank you so much for this little interview.
No problem.
At least lots of heaps of Africans gonna be watching this, and they don't want to know about this beautiful country called Australia. And thank you for giving your.
No worries. Thank you so much. Follow me on Snapchat, Golden Greek.
All right.
Thank you.